Good old Nuka-Cola. Gotta love it. Oh, sorry. Didn't see you there. Well, I've just had a fun time watching the entire show of Fallout 7, 76. Actually, there's 76 stuff from this in the game now, which is pretty cool. But I thought I'd enjoy a good old Nuka-Cola and play some much needed checkers with my Nuka-Cola Girl chess set. We're going to be unboxing this and also be doing my full review on this show. Now, for this video, I'm sorry, I can't spoil everything. You got to watch it yourself. It's that good. So hold on. We should be good. All right, let's get this done. Now, believe it or not, I still got a lot of other stuff I got to unbox. So yeah, I mean, at least that Raider gave me something nice. After all, here at Vault Tech, we need to work together on stuff. Hmm. Oh, you're looking good, my Nuka-Cola. Anyways, let's get into it. So we're going to unbox this first, then I'll do the show. I've been wanting to get into it. Just came in today. And there is a whole bunch of stuff still on the way. As you can tell, I really like the Nuka-Cola stuff. It just works. It has a very good feel. I even have a Zap That Thirst somewhere around here, and as you can see, we've got a poster in back. I'm also, hopefully, if everything works out, also going to get another one of those tins that will be related to Fallout New Vegas. So hopefully that'll come. As you can see, there's a few other things to unbox. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. As you can see here, the chess pieces are Nuka-Cola caps themselves, which is pretty cool. There's a Nuka-Cola girl. Even just putting this on display is pretty cool. So here's what it looks like in back. This is actually pretty good. I haven't had a chess set in a while, so this is a lot of fun. Here's what it looks like on the sides, top, the bottom, two-player. Of course, it's two-player. It's a chess set. We're crying out loud. Okay. Oh, this is so good. I should also have some vinyl records coming in too, so that's pretty cool. All right, here's how it looks on the inside starting out. We have our two sets of chess set pieces, the caps, which is pretty cool. They're just plastic, but still pretty awesome. They're actually really well made. Here's one player version, which is Nuka-Cola Quantum. I think that's the only way I've seen those. And then we, of course, have Nuka-Cola sets for the other ones. So it's pretty cool. I love the fact that they're done in these sets. They almost look like poker chips, which, when you think about New Vegas, is pretty cool. They just go in and out. It's actually really nice because it gives us a good display setup here. All right. Now we pull that out. Nice. This is actually really good. It'll do really well for the storage. Okay. It's actually pretty good quality. And here we have the chess set and all the things, checkers, Nuka-Cola. And here we go. All right. We're trying to save that. Here's our instructions first. Yep. I love the fact that it's giving us actual. Oh, look. And just like in the game, you can actually, you know, like king or top the pieces. So that's pretty cool. And it tells you how to play. That's pretty nice. I don't know if everybody knows how to play checkers in the world. Here's a game board. It's actually pretty nice. All right. Then we open it up like this. Here we go. All right. It does need to be flat, but still, that's pretty cool. It's mirrored on both sides. I would have thought it would be cool if one side was Quantum and one side was Nuka-Cola, but this is pretty nice. It's definitely not a super cheap board, so this is really nice. You just fold it up and stick it all back in for storage, and this is cool. So if I ever need to play, I'm just pulling it out. Oh, and look, I didn't even notice that. Before we do that, look here. We have actual Nuka-Cola bottles on the side of the box. That's pretty cool. So that's a lot to unbox. It can just go on display. As you can also see, there's been some changes around the room too, so nothing's ever as simple. All right, let's get into it. All right, so first off, Fallout, the TV show. And as you can see from the little icons, there's a lot going on here. It is mature. Don't let your kids watch this. Trust me. Yeah, this is definitely for adults. Okay, I'm ready game and everything. Ultra high definition, HDR, Dolby Atmos, AD. How AD is. One thing I'm not that aware of. But since I've got a nice 5.1 sound system down here, a 55-inch 4K, I had to buy a new TV. But it is actually more effective and more of a newer brand. So I'm not complaining too much. Hey, even the Vault's got an upgrade. At least it's not in black and white. Anyhow, so what do I think of the show, first of all? Well, as you can see here from the bottom, let's just go through real quick. We have a grand total of 8 episodes. So let's do a quick rundown. Our first episode is simply known as The End. Literally, that's how the series begins. Second episode is The Target. Third episode, The Head. I'll let you decide. Fourth episode is The Ghouls. Yeah, the ghouls play a big part in this show. We have The Past, The Trap, The Radio. And by the way, the dog is not dog meat, by the way. It's a different dog. And of course, The Beginning. Oh, man. Let's just go back to that episode. All right. So, first off, the show is set around 3 characters. And in this first setup, we get a look on all 3 episodes. We get to look at 1 character. The first character we're introduced is right here, the ghoul. I don't know how to pronounce the actor's name just right, but he plays in the show when we first see him. It's before the bombs actually fall, literally minutes before the bombs fall. He plays Cooper Howard, this actor, actual cowboy, and war veteran. Pretty nice. And because of that, we get to see him in the past before the bombs fall, and then we see him as the ghoul throughout the series. That's a nice idea. And it gives us a lot more. We get to actually see 3 Wasteland Fallout universe, which is cool. The second character is Lucy, we're introduced to right there in episode 1, all well suited and everything. And I believe I have to watch episode 1 again. We get introduced to Maxis. He is the Brotherhood of Steel character we spend the time with, the one who's like, everybody wants to save the world, they just can't decide on how. Well, he's kind of right. The show definitely follows these 3 characters. Many times they will be in the same spot at one time, or we will follow them separately, or we'll follow them in one group or another. There's times Lucy is with the ghoul. There's times when Lucy is with Maximus. There's other times that Maximus and the ghoul want to kill each other. It's a Brotherhood of Steel thing and other stuff. There's all these other characters. I mean, the show really does weave a pretty impressive storyline. But when you look at the caliber of the people behind the scenes and also Bethesda being so involved, it makes sense. This is basically just another story continuation of the Fallout series in total, and it's really good. I love the little details they've done, the sheer amount of attention to detail, little tiny things, absolutely just kill it. Now, there is some lore issues that are starting to pop up, even stuff I hadn't paid much attention to, but as I've sort of watched the whole series and talked about stuff with a few people, it's starting to make sense. Um, it's incredible. Sorry. And it's just really incredible. There's also some new stuff that's been introduced, but I think it also makes sense. The other cool thing is we do get to go back to California. Now, in case you're forgetting, Vault 13 was where we really started um, the Fallout universe, which is cool. the sheer amount of guest stars in this show too. Even if they only pop up in one episode, it's just fantastic. Um, it's an incredible show in that regard. But here's the thing: unlike modern movies and TV shows, like I've tried to sit through Star Trek Discovery, I can't. It's there's times I'm like, where is this going? And this there's no hook that keeps me there. Strange New Worlds, Lower Decks, Picard, well, Picard season 3, The Owl House. These shows all had a good through story. You were hooked. You wanted to know, and there was also deep lore built in. There was actual people who knew what the hell they were doing. This is one of those shows. Thank God. It's clear that you have people who are passionate about the lore. They have an insane attention to detail, and they have woven such an incredible story that I'm like, holy crap. And it's just incredible. Now, if you're wondering why it's taken so long since this came out, surprising on Wednesday night instead of the 11th of Thursday, I work for a living, okay? And I actually fell asleep yesterday in the middle of the day. That was how conked out I was. Plus, I've occasionally gone back and watched episodes. As you can see here, I just restarted 2. We've got 3, 4, 5. I mean, I've kind of binge watched the show. So basically, from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, um, I was like, if I'm lucky, I was doing 2 episodes a night. There are 8 episodes. So, and most of Saturday, I was able to binge watch. And plus, I got other games I want to play and stuff. There was other stuff I have to do. It was important. So, there's all that. The show works very well. It actually is designed very well. There's still questions we need answers to, and they immediately set it up perfectly for season 2. There is going to be another season. That much has been, I think, pretty much guaranteed. Everybody's like, "Fuck yeah, man!" I mean, it's that good, and all the attention to detail, every little thing fits in, as well as just the attention to all the stuff. We get to see what happens to Shady Sands. I'm not going to say anything about what happened there. That's a spoiler for an episode. Um, just the way episode 1 begins with the bombs actually falling, and you know the ghoul when he's still human talking with his daughter. Yes, that's his daughter in that episode. And you can tell he's on hard times. Some stuff has happened, but eventually, when you get to a certain episode, you understand like, holy shit, this dude's been through hell. And I've already got theories running in my head about some stuff about certain characters. Holy crap. And then there are all these characters I love to hate, and yet I can't wait to see what they do more. Um, the casting decisions are just perfect. Also, the 3 main characters are perfect too. Like I said, the ghoul character, he's probably got like the most stuff he can do. He's got to play a pre-war actor, former military person, and father. Okay, he's got to play all of that, the concerns, the revelations, and all of that. He's got to play it, and he's got in almost every single episode a flashback. Then he's got to play as a ghoul, somebody who, by the way, is like 219 years old just as a ghoul. Not counting that he's probably was like 35, maybe 40 years old by the time all hell breaks loose. So he is not young. He's been around, and the statements he says literally at the end of the film is just too perfect. I mean, it fits everything, all the questions he's asked. And that's the thing. Every episode adds just a little bit more bit of information and a bit more stuff. How does this character of Muldain know who the Vault Overseer in 33 is? What is the connection between these 3 vaults that are literally connected? 33, 32, and 31. What's the big mystery of 31? What the heck happened in 32? How did Raiders get in? What happened to certain elements of 31? What does Lucy not remember correctly? What is happening in the outside world? Where is the New California Republic? Why is the Brotherhood of Steel there? what is going on? How is the wasteland the way it is? I mean, God, there are so many questions. I love the fact that how they did the ghouls. Again, one thing is for certain, you have these little elements where they are like being sidetracked constantly, which let's face it happens in the game. Suddenly you're doing one mission, then all of a sudden five more pop up, and you're like, oh, crap, this is the only time I'm going to get to do it. But it's messing up this other mission I want to do right now. And they're kind of literally doing that in live action. And in the case of Lucy, she's learning everything. She's come up to the surface after the events that happen we see in the vault with that naive, like, I'm gonna go get her. Okie dokie. She literally does that in most of the episodes. She's like, okie dokie. Who says that nowadays? But it's such a trait of her character. There's also the fact that she has a major transformation. And as I've seen in a couple of these the previews of it, she's literally like, I hate it up here. I don't blame you, honey. I would hate it too if I had to live in that. And, there's a lot. Now we get to see those three vaults, and then we see Vault 4. That's cool. We get to see Vault 4, which is really cool. And the other cool thing is, I know where her vault is. I've been there in California when I used to live in that state. Her vault is just like a stone's throw from the Santa Monica Pier. You can literally see what's left of the pier when you pan away from the structure that held the vault's entrance. It's so cool to know that. And then there are other locations. I'm like, my God, people have been there. I've been there. It was just great. And the way the show ends once it finally reveals like our one of our primary villains. And yes, I do say reveal. I won't tell you how it happens, but it's a big deal. Even the MacGuffin that our character, the one who's like by the fire, who says you should go home. What he has and what's going on and the history connected to that, to the series, to Vault-Tec, truly makes it interesting. It's just going to keep getting better. And that's the thing. You have to literally binge watch the show each episode because every little thing bleeds into this, bleeds into this, bleeds into this, bleeds into this, bleeds into this. It just goes on and on and on and on. But the cool thing is, it's not something where you're like, can I go now? No, it's like, hey, come on. You literally want the episode to keep going. But here's the cool thing. They are about an hour long. They are high quality. I mean, it's literally in 231.1. I mean, like, it's the big letter box, okay, where you have black bars on the top and bottom of your screen. Okay, that's how good it is. In fact, let's just take a look real quick. Just going to show you. See what I mean? And the cool part is there's so much called the music here too that I've like become accustomed to. I mean, if this was in theaters, I would be beyond impressed. I would be just, oh, the sheer number of just songs that fit into Fallout are just incredible. And the cool thing is, there's even those classic Fallout tunes. If you've ever played 4, you played 76, you know that. Doom, doom. It's there. Okay, there's an incredible level of detail put in. I love it. It's so great. Again, it is not for kids, not unless you think your kids can handle it, but it is a fantastic show. And the characters are real. They don't feel like they're fake or anything like that. That's the other thing I want to point out here is they actually feel like real characters. I I've tried watching some shows before, going, what is up with this? Do they feel like they're real people? No, this feels like a piece of crap show. I mean, this not only captures Fallout as a show, but it also captures everything about it. The cool thing also too here, which I'll give. Oh yeah. I mean, Yeah. Okay. But I do like this feature with Amazon. Notice this? We have a little extra thing, but we have Don't Fence Me In by Brendan Crosby. You can't even say his name right. There's our actress, and there's another point. You know, so it actually is giving this information. So sometimes you can pause this if you don't know what the song is. You can actually find out what it is and look it up somewhere else. But it does pretty good. There we go. Violence, smoking, foul language. Trust me, in this episode, that's like the least of your problems. And then just go back. I mean, look at that. She's scared of a tumbleweed. But I'm also impressed by the sheer detail of this wasteland. I don't know, this is California, like right next to the beach. This does make sense. And in fact, when we see that ship that she comes up on, we can just make out the ocean in the background. Hey, most deserts were once an ocean, okay? Makes sense. The level of detail, not just in the environment to get the world right, but everything else just worked so well here. And I think that's what makes this show work. That's why everybody's raving about it. That's why everybody's pointing this out, and why you're not really hearing any major negatives. Now, I understand that somebody at one point had done some dumb comment and said something about, like, we didn't make this show for the fans. Well, honestly, if he didn't make the show for the fans, he screwed up because, uh, Vault-Tec approves, motherfucker. Yeah, you screwed up because we like this show. Um, I can't think of any other way to describe it. It's a good show. The thing here is, I can't go into too much more because if I go into too much more for every single episode, I am going to ruin major plot points. I'm going to ruin stuff that I want you to experience for yourself. That's a hard thing when you're doing the reviews. Not to spoil, but to say, please look. I mean, when do we get to Vault 4? I'm not going to say, mainly because I want you to have that experience. Every episode has these great little cliffhanger moments. They also have these great character. We even at one point in one of the flashbacks meet the guy who does the voice for all the Mr. Handys. Crying out loud. And I think it's the actual voice actor who does the voices in the games. And just seeing the occasional Mr. Handy that we see. There was even a point where I was like, holy crap, there's an actual fusion or being taken out of something. Oh, God. Or just how they do certain stuff. I mean, it just works. There's also a lot of other stuff. I mean, it just. There's also the pregnant lady we see in the trailer. If any of you ladies who have actually had kids do what she did, I would not be surprised. And that's all I'm going to say. It's after she, I probably shouldn't say anymore, but I kind of understand where she was coming from. But holy crap, this is such a great show. I mean, works well, it's well done. It reveals that there's a lot more going on than we thought. We learn a lot. Just to give you a hint, the Commonwealth is mentioned, the Enclave is mentioned. Um, we have, I believe, what maybe the Kedron from 4 is in the game, is in the show. I'm impressed. Unless there's another ship that was built, I am beyond impressed. The action is top notch. The drama is there. You actually get to see how serious it is. And all those characters are just so good. I cannot stress how much this is a good show. I don't binge watch stuff that often. I might, occasionally come in and take a look at something, but this is rare for me. And I'm sorry this is taking so long, but there's so much to talk about. Um, Again, I would have to just do one video that would be dedicated to just potential spoiler stuff, and I'm really debating on that one. Plus, Oxhorn just did one of his videos talking about a particular lore issue that pops up. Um, I'll give you a little hint. It's right around when you finally get into Vault 4. That's all I'm going to say. So if you're a major Fallout fan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Also, in the comments below, please do not spoil anything for anybody who is going to watch the show or anything, okay? Just don't do that. That would be a dick move. And that's why I'm trying to avoid it myself. I still have a couple more videos I got to make and other stuff I'm waiting for to come in. Well, Waiting for Amazon. And then making sure I don't have a porch pirate. Well, there's raiders. I'll just have to pay them a visit. You saw nothing? Anyways, guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notification, and have a Vault Tech day.